Hey everyone, I am up on the top of Loveland Pass here in Colorado. Super pretty area. I'm on my way to the town of Montezuma, and from there we're going to go east into the mountains on a back road called Peru Road. I believe that it ends up joining with the Argentine Pass from the west side, which I've never been to. So we're gonna go check that out, see what kind of riding we can find, and it should be a really beautiful day up here. Okay, so I found the trailhead for Peru Creek here. Coming up from Keystone over here, come across this little bridge, and you've got a parking spot here, a big area where you can park. If you follow the road up this way, you drive into the little tiny town of Montezuma. If you get into the town, then you've gone too far. But come back here. We're going to take off down the trail here and see what this looks like. I think I might ride up the road here to the little tiny town of Montezuma just to show you, and then we'll ride back and get started on our trail ride. There's not much in this little town. I expected it to be much bigger than this. Here's the sign for the trail, and eventually we're going to make our way all the way up to above timberline there. So it looks like it rained quite a bit last night. All these little potholes are full of water. Here's a pretty spot. I'm going to let these Jeeps get a little bit ahead so that I'm not breathing their fumes. And just hang out here and have a quick snack and then head on up the road. if you wanted to drive in and try to snag one of the campsites right off the road. It looks like pretty much any four-wheel drive kind of car could do this. Okay, so beyond here, they're saying no camping. So if you get to the Y here for the Argentine Pass and the Cinnamon Gulch Road, you have to turn around and go back to find another campsite. But we're gonna continue on up Argentine Pass, which is straight ahead. Quick break here, just to cool down and all. Beautiful day up here. It's probably up to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and just a really nice day to be out here riding. This is such a pretty valley. The only thing that sort of spoils it are these big power lines going over the mountain here. But I believe that we are heading around this into that big bowl, and that the pass that we're going to go up and over is actually a little bit out of sight up here, but it should be a really fun one. Right now I'm stopped at what must have been like an old emergency shelter, park service shelter, something like that. You know, if you got caught in a big snowstorm up here, they like to have these type of buildings spread out around so that you can at least get in and survive during the winter for a night or two. This is the inside here. I can see a bed frame, table. There's an old wood burning stove right there. So yeah, somebody unfortunately pried the door off of this thing. But yeah, these kind of shelters, like many parts of the world, are spread around for emergency survival. I want to say it's probably about 10 a.m. now, and by noon, usually the big storms are coming through and all, so I may end up getting a little bit wet on this ride. I'm going to do my best not to be up on anything too high at lunchtime, so that's when the lightning starts. But the bike's doing awesome, and all my gear's staying in place, which is nice. I'm going with a rear rack this time rather than pulling a small trailer, just to see how that goes. So we're a few miles into this ride up towards Argentine, and so far so good. Keeps going up. I'll have to go down to my lowest gear. Doesn't help that I've got about 30 something pounds of camping gear on my back. We're standing in this huge bowl here. We're looking at the east side of Grays and Torrey's 14,000 foot peaks here. I'm not sure what this guy is. I think it's like Red Mountain, which would make sense. It's very red. We've got kind of mines all over the place up here. I'm not sure that any of them were successful, but they were looking for something in this valley. All sorts of mines. Another one up here. So I think we'll ride down to this one just to take a look at it. But I believe the road that we want to be on, I must have missed the turnoff because we came up this valley, and I think that road that we see cutting up through the saddle there is the one we want to be on to get up to the tops here and ride our way up. We may not make that because we've got some big storms blowing in quickly here. I wouldn't mind being in that low saddle over there, but I definitely don't want to be up on these here when all this is coming through. So gonna have to kind of hustle. I'm gonna go check out this mine, then we'll head back down the valley, see if I can find the turnoff for that, and we'll head up through the saddle there. This is all national forest land up here. And some sort of solar panel and something going on there. Not sure what that would be. So that's the entrance to the mine there, but of course it's blocked off. They pretty much block off all of these just for public safety. I'm kind of wondering if I should stay on this road here, which is on this side of the creek, and see if that'll join up with the road that goes up through that saddle. It might be a dead end and I end up getting down there into that brush and having to come back, but it might be worth a shot. I'll try that. I'm trying to stay out of the puddles as much as possible because I don't want my tent and my gear on the back getting soaking wet. A few splashes are fine, but yeah, I don't have a dry bag back there, so I gotta do what I can to keep everything out of the water. Yeah, so here we are, guys. Hidden in the brush here is the Argentine Pass Trail number 77. It's open to hikers, horses, and bikes. So, looks good. This is the trail that I was hoping for. So, hopefully we can make it through all this heavy brush with all my panniers and everything. But we're going to try to go up and through that bowl. Okay. Yeah, this is nice. Park Service put in a little bridge here. I wish the sun were completely out because this creek would just glow being so white. It's quite the contrast to all the mountains around it. Interesting. Wow, what a pretty area. How cool is this? I'll walk off the end of this bridge and then see if we can get going and have enough space to actually squeeze through here. Not sure. It's going to be a bit of a trick, I think. Pretty rocky. In my lowest gear doing this stuff. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. The brush wasn't quite as closed in on the trail as I thought it might be. This is much more of a workout with all this camping gear on the back, I tell you. This is pretty strenuous. Oh man, look at this view. This is the trail that we're going to continue to go up. I think it switches back and you see it way up there coming across. Boy, this trail is something. Just keeps going up and up. Very steep. Well, everyone, at this point, this trail has become a hike-only trail, essentially. We've got nothing but scree all the way. You can see this goes straight up there, above those cliffs, and then up and over. I was hoping that it would go around and follow the power lines up or something like that, but it does not. Literally goes straight up the hill. So that is not anything I can do today with my panniers and all my camping gear and all that stuff. As you can see over here, our storms are getting a lot closer and a lot darker. So I'm going to try to get down this trail to the main road as quickly as possible, but safely, because I've got a lot of weight on here, so I got to go slow. Check out that creek, isn't that crazy? So I'm stopping at the camping spots that I see that are still open on my way back, trying to pick out one that I like. This one's pretty nice. Nice area to put your tent, got a fire ring. There's another camper over on the other side here, but they're far enough away that that wouldn't be an issue. And they're set up with a tent, so they're probably going to be pretty quiet. I always pick other tent campers versus the RV bunch, because they're just much more quiet and you usually don't even hear them. But I have pulled off on the side in one of the approved camping areas, and I've picked out my spot. I'm going to go ahead and set my tent up in this general area here. There's a fire ring over here to the right, and we've got this great view out here. So what a nice spot to spend the rest of the day and spend the night and head back in the morning. After I set up camp, I'm going to go and ride around and explore some of the mines that are over on the side here and all. Oh, a big hawk just landed in the tree over here. I think he's chasing that little bird. But yeah, the area is really pretty. So come up and check out Peru Road if you're looking for a nice camping spot and to do a little mountain biking and hiking and all that. Really beautiful area, and I'm really only a little over an hour out of the Denver area, so you can't beat that. Thanks for coming along, everyone, and I will see you on the next ride.